Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome to Game 74. Oilers fan reaction, live reaction, play-by-play. A little bit of conversation, a little bit of talkie-talkie. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your week so far. Oilers 43-26-5 take on the Sharks 20-46 and not so good. I think it's 20-44-10. Calvin Pickard will get to that tonight again. I know there's some people very upset that Olivier Rodrigue won't be playing, but hey, sometimes you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Get Pickard going, get him playing every game possible. I almost feel like you can rest. If you win this game and you beat LA, rest him against Anaheim. You really do want to secure home ice advantage. As much as I can sit here and tell you guys it's not important, some of you guys seem to think it is. Anyways, again, this stream is for Bruce McCurdy. For those that don't know, he passed away after the Vegas game. So, yeah. Awesome. Oilers did what they said that couldn't be done. They beat the Vegas Golden Knights without their arguably best defenseman in the lineup, their best forward in the lineup, and their number one goalie. Just shows the show. Anything is possible. Best part about that win was it wasn't in overtime. It was an actual win. A regulation win. Oh. A lot of tings. Puck drop is still roughly 15 minutes away. So if you were expecting to... What's good? How's family's good? How is your family? Family's good. We're happy. We're living. Dealing with an Anna is never easy, but hey. Beggars can't be choosers, and choosers shouldn't beg. Also, after the first intermission, I will have an in-depth 5 goals. Oi. I'm okay with them winning by 3. It's like 3-0. I'm honestly okay with them winning 3-0. Three nothing, 3-1. Nothing overly spectacular. You don't want to be that team that, yes, Renegade, they did. I'm for Pittsburgh. I don't like how St. Louis does it, and it's going to be a recipe for disaster for the St. Louis Blues. Honestly, if you look at their block shots, every game, and I'm sorry, but every game it seems like St. Louis gets 3, 4, 5 power plays a game. That to me is kind of sketchy bullshit frickhockery, but they block a lot of shots, and they're going to end up getting hurt down the stretch. I watch a lot of their games, and it's not that their goaltending is good. It's just that they have 2 guys in Cam Fowler and Falk that block a lot of shots. It's not a recipe for long-term success in the playoffs if you've got 2 guys always going down and blocking some painful shit. I mean, that's what it takes to win, don't get me wrong. But I still say either Vancouver or Calgary catches them. I'm not going to give up hope on that until there is no hope to have for that. Who's in net tonight? Calvin Pickard is in net for the Edmonton Oilers. For the San Jose Sharks, I think it's Georgiev. Do not quote me on that. I will go double check, triple check, quadruple check. No, it's Ramonov. I was wrong. They're putting their backup in against the Oilers. Not sure why, but hey. Sometimes some things turn into dumb things. Yeah, Bruce. It'll be interesting to watch Cult of Hockey tonight. I'm going to tune into Cult of Hockey. Yeah, I'm kind of giving a shameless free plug. But hey, David Staples and Cult of Hockey. It'll be an interesting watch tonight without Bruce. Or as David always says, Bruce McCready. That's, yeah. Again, first intermission, I'm going to talk about the recent signing for the Oilers. A young little kid named David Tomasek. Nice. Always fun to be working on a game night. They might against Anaheim. I know the Oiler Nation guys are pissed off he's not playing tonight, but hey, I understand it. Okay, so from a coach's standpoint, which you guys know that I am, I always think of coaching analytically and that viewpoint. From that viewpoint to me, why are they playing Calvin Pickard so much? Wow, no national anthems at all. They're just going straight into the game. That's kind of Bolshevik-y. So, for me, why are they playing Pickard so much?
Just his third
NHL start tonight for Georgi Romanov. Oilers got to get on this quick. You want to see how many games in a row you can play Calvin Pickard? Just in case Stuart Skinner isn't ready.
Again, scored against Vegas. He has a point, 10 straight against the Sharks. And
just to see, right? You want to see how many games in a row you can play him before you know, okay, he's done. Good evening, Dan. How are you?
Draisaitl will send it back to Bouchard. Jake Wallman making his return to the Sharks. Of course, began the year with San Jose. Racked up a career high in points.
And I don't like the camera angle in San Jose either. It's way high up there. I mean, you can see more of the ice, kinda.
Since he played last year as a member of the San Jose Sharks, cutting his teeth in the NHL with 30 NHL
Again, we're going to talk about the recent signing from Prague.
That caroms off a skate, and that will turn into an icing call. Bouchard starting the game with Wallman, Draisaitl, Arvidsson, and
I was asked several times
the starting lineup
since I made the video by a lot of different people
Canadians.
why I think...
Game winner at even
strength.
Yeah, that line was great.
It's a product of two things there, Renegade.
Colson for us was first star in
and I will die on this hill with anybody that wants to have this conversation with me.
Just the fact that he was stealing pucks for
even people that don't want to have this conversation with me.
Early shift for the big line against
Is it Pickard that's doing good things, or is it the team blocking shots and limiting the opportunities in front of them? Not giving the puck away so much. Like if you guys have seen the last games, they're giving the puck away probably 4 to 5 times less per game, and they're blocking anywhere between 7 to 8 more shots per game. So you tell me, is it the goaltender or is it the defense? Oh, guess who gets a power play in overtime?
had a third-period
St.
goal
Louis
the other
Blues
night.
get a power play in
Rallied the
overtime.
force and eventually
How?
a shootout.
Explain this to me how a team like
As the first shot handled by Romanov.
it's almost like Gary wants them to repeat 2019.
That to the middle. Here's Vasily Podkolzin tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. He was big, he was physical, he was winning puck battles, fends off 2 nights on that play, but just being around it and obviously was a factor in a goal.
St. Louis wins in overtime, 5-4. Get a power play in overtime, you better score on it.
That one through. Big night.
Fuck, it annoys me, man.
Caught cleanly off the draw by Romanov, who's playing his
It annoys me that
working a lot with Evgeny
certain
Nabokov,
teams,
a longtime Sharks goaltender who's helped him out.
it is what it is. Good luck with them playing either Winnipeg, Dallas, or Vegas.
But having a guy like Nabokov who knows this area inside and out, I would think
What a
instrumental
joke.
for a young guy trying to learn the North
19
American
shots
way.
in the game and you get a freaking power play in
Sharks have
overtime.
ever had.
You go 1 for 5 on the power play.
Streaking down the left-hand side is Ty Dellandrea, whose offense has fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Since 2 years ago when he played every game for the Dallas Stars. Jeff Skinner heading for the net with a wrist shot.
Ballman has been a block machine as well.
Romanov. Important for Romanov to get off to a good start. Again, he was shelled for 8 by LA on Sunday in his second National Hockey League start. Jake Wallman trying to pound that puck toward the net. It was partially deflected, swept into the corner.
I get it. Picard's been playing good. I'm not taking anything away from Calvin Picard. I am a big advocate of CP. But it's also the defense in front of them that has tightened up a lot.
Askarov come within a minute 30 of a surprise upset win over the Oilers. He was sensational in that game, but Ekholm tied it.
But that's just me.
And Draisaitl won it in overtime.
You show me a good goalie, I'll show you a great defense.
A fantastic game.
You show me a great goalie, I'll show you a good defense.
Burrowing inside.
They come hand in hand.
Stopchuk, who came over from Ottawa on a deal that sent Fabian Zetterlund the other way. Bartley Goodrow tries to hold the zone. That was tapped down by Bouchard. The outlet to Jones, and he'll flip it ahead looking for Adam Henrique. Taken away, and then Henrique got inside on Lucas Carlson. Thought he might have drawn a penalty. None forthcoming, and it was flipped up the left-hand glass and out. Good second effort against Carlson by Henrique.
But yeah.
Hurst will shoot it in. Svazil mentioned Edmonton has won 10 of 11 against San Jose.
Shots are 3-1 early here in San Jose.
Scored them by a combined 57-22. Here's a nifty steal by Podkolzin.
Chris.
Draisaitl raced them. Eklund, the Sharks' leading scorer.
I'm a big fan of CB. Hold up, he might get scored on right quick. Never mind, we're good. No, I love the story of Calvin Picard, man. Journey backup goalie. Finds his way into Edmonton, finds himself as a starting goalie while Stuart Skinner works on concussion. Draisaitl misses the net. You gotta, if you're gonna pass that, you gotta make that goal.
Draisaitl, who was about to celebrate number 53.
He thought that was him. What a pass.
Again,
I
think Hollebuck is elite, and his defense in front of them is good. Like I said, that's icing. That's offsides against San Jose. Like I said, Hollebuck is an elite goalie. So great. So when saying that, great goalie, good defense. If you have great defense, you'll have a good goalie. Right now, unfortunately for the Oilers, they have good defense and they had okay goaltending. Guess what, Bunny? Don't care. I could win too if I had 5 power plays in a game every game, and one of them being in overtime. You know, what I mean, I'd win a game too if I had a power play in overtime.
About 5 hours from Sochi on the Black Sea, sent in by Toffoli.
They can win all they want.
Oilers an identical lineup tonight.
I get where you're coming from, Bunny. I just don't think you're going to. Again, you played today and Vancouver, Calgary didn't. I'm going to stay on that drum. Until the games are tied for games played equally, I'm still going to give the edge to a Calgary Flame or a Vancouver Canuck team. Like, I understand a St. Louis Blues fan perspective thinking this team is okay, and they're good. They are good. They're 11 in a row, cannot take away 11 wins in a row.
A little bit of a stretch there where he was up and down the lineup, but back up with Leon Draisaitl. He's been good.
Hard wrist
Why is
Shot by
this
Toffoli
popping
and a
up?
save made by Calvin Pickard.
Yeah.
Who's 19-8-1
Again,
on
my
the
computer
year,
does
making his
weird
fourth
things.
Consecutive start. Another shot from a tough angle, slid wide and cleared out by Zach Hyman.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing the Oilers Jets in the third round. And just basing the things that I kind of been watching, Dallas, Colorado, round 1. Are you going to tell me that both those teams are going to play each other and nobody's going to get hurt?
Defensively, this is another icing call, however, whistled against Edmonton.
It's death taxes and
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, definitely better than expected. Definitely better than expected.
9 times a 20-goal score.
And I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that they're doing better than
A
expected.
good chance at best for San Jose early in this game.
Hey, he's 3 shy of a third consecutive.
Absolutely, like they've exceeded my expectations, but again, those games in hand, because all it takes is Dallas and Colorado to beat St. Louis next week, and Calgary or Vancouver to go on a little roll of their own.
Rebound to Landria, trying to hunt it down.
Yes.
Fresh out in Northeast,
Oh,
making just his
and that looks like another
NHL
icing
start.
against
This could be
Edmonton,
another
and
icing
it
call
is
against Edmonton.
14-14 left in the first period. 4 shots, nutting is the score. Tyler Toffoli. Man, that guy bounces around a lot, Toffoli, eh? What is this, his 5th team in like 4 years?
Youngsters, Will Smith and Macklin Celebrini, who he's playing with. I said to him, I go, what's it like riding shotgun with these 2 young guys? He goes, well, rather +3 or -3, but it's exciting, and they're learning. They're great kids. You know, the veteran guy on the line with a couple of youngsters, combined age of 38.
That would be awesome, dude. That would be, you know what, that's what you want to see, though, as a fan, right? This game decides if we're making the playoffs or we're not making the playoffs. We win, we're in. We lose, we're out. That's what every kid wants to go see. Absolutely.
Here's Jeff Skinner. Right side, cutting down the middle. Connor Brown.
Connor Brown scores! 1-0 Oilers.
Split the defense and made no mistake. First prize.
With that goal by Connor
A
Brown.
little bit quiet the other night.
Shots are 5-4, 1-0 is the score. Brown assisted by, whoa,
Here's one.
2 defensemen. Okay.
The bad news for the Sharks is in 42 prior games where they've given up the first goal, they have a grand total of 3 wins. Barkley, Goodrow, able to clear.
Welcome back, Northern.
Devin Bouchard. Jeff Skinner, who set up the overtime winner on Saturday against Calgary.
Jeff Skinner
The assist, as Louis mentioned,
and
Jake
Wallman.
Wallman picks up another point. That's 7 in 12 games plus half a period.
I thought it
The
said
Oilers
Stetcher.
one away from 44.
My bad on that. You're back.
Here's
Cool.
Arvidsson, a quick shot. That's almost double his previous career high set last year with Detroit. Steal by Wenberg. Carrying it in, knocked away by Podkolzin. Sifted ahead for Arvidsson. Trailer is Draisaitl. On his backhand, plowing his way forward. Now pulling up and sending it back for Troy Stetcher.
That's awesome, Bunny. No, that's good etiquette. That is very good etiquette. Your parents have raised you well. That's awesome.
That pass not handled. And Ferraro able to lay it off for Liljegren. Colin Graff.
Appreciate that, though. Like, yeah, that's
Another
cool.
rookie in that San Jose lineup. Cuts inside, gives it up. Eklund. Angled back to the point, across Jack Thompson. A
Ooh.
shot that sailed wide.
San Jose's on her now.
Steps up and shoots a save. Pickard. Rebound taken by Wenberg inside. One-timer scores.
That's a goal by San Jose, though. That's an answer. That is... Oh, game's far from over, man. We're in the first period. Game is far from over. Thompson gets the goal.
We understand it's been a tough year. It's been a hard year. We know where we are as an organization, but
his fourth of the year.
Forget the last.
1-1.
That's a real nice response to tie the game 1-1.
That's a good response by a young San Jose team.
Edmonton had taken the lead on the goal by Connor Brown. It's even. Jack Thompson.
A Jack.
Who spent 4 years in the American.
Oh, high-scoring game? Yeah, I'm thinking so. And that's offside.
Offside coming over the line, and the Sharks have pulled even. 9 minutes into this hockey game. Connor Brown with his.
Connor Brown gets his 9th of the year, assisted by Jeff Skinner and Woolman. And San Jose San Jose ties it right back, 1-1. Sitting about 15 minutes left in the first period. Oh, that rebuild. Like, I'm expecting this team to be good in 2 years. I'm expecting San Jose to take over the spot of LA or Vegas in 2 years. Guys, don't get me wrong. Don't get me upset. Don't get me going with what I think this division is going to look like in 2 years. I think the Oilers are still going to be the beast of the division. Vegas is going to get that step back. LA is going to take a big step back. You're going to see teams like Anaheim and San Jose come from out of nowhere. More closely, San Jose. So, honestly, next season, I'm going to put this out there now. Oilers, Flames, Canucks are all going to make the playoffs next season. I just don't know what LA is going to be next year, with Doughty and Kopitar not being there. Although big off-season moves could change all that, right? Vegas is still going to be Vegas. They're still going to be a good team. They'll make it in. It's going to be an interesting year next year.
On Saturday to take on the Kings in what looks like the fourth time in as many years that the two teams will meet in the first round of the playoffs. Note the early start time.
It's a little premature to be saying that there,
Sports now.
Genie.
Kings right now in action.
Yeah, look at the Devils for sure.
One with Utah at last report. And of course, right now the Oilers in third place, 2 points behind LA.
Yeah, the Caps.
Behind Vegas.
The Caps are doing this year for Ovi. They're riding a hot year for Ovi. Jets are always first. They're always going to be leading that division, just because they got Hollaback. But what do the playoffs look like for the Jets?
Moves into position, and Thompson had moved down for a great shot. 4 goals on his last 50 shots coming into this game tonight versus the San Jose Sharks for Calvin Pickard. Back-to-back wins versus Calgary Saturday night and in Vegas on Tuesday.
Speaking of Vegas, a 2-0 deficit right now to Winnipeg. If LA should win that game, all of a sudden it's a 3-point differential in the Pacific. I'm telling you what, those divisions are still up for grabs. Henry Thrun back to collect for San Jose, the second-year man out of Harvard.
Excuse me.
Cleared up and
he is the best regular season goalie. I think you could put him next to Vasilevsky. Difference is Vasilevsky shows up in the playoffs. Boy, howdy. 10:22 left to go in the first period. Shots are 7-6 San Jose. Scores 1-1. Adam Henrique's trying to change all that. Henrique gives it to the point. Shot blocked in front.
He's seen some things and happy to be back in San Jose. Obviously, it's always a little bit of a shock when you get.
Yeah, I know. You got to put Shesterkin up there for sure. Got to put some spec on the Shesterkin.
But very comfortable here in San Jose where he started his career.
He's got that pesky uncle to deal with.
Yeah.
Our colleague, Jason. Up the right-hand side, Eklund. Trying to force it down deep.
He says I'm one of the older guys on this team now. When he first started, he was one of the younger guys. Now he's one of the older guys. That's how fast it's changed.
Well, that's what was intriguing about the trade of Zetterlund. He was kind of a mid-20s guy, and now it's really Eklund, Celebrini, and Smith's team. Here's a deflection.
No, you're not wrong. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that series. Okay, you're Durka. You're dumb. Okay, good to know. Good to know. To the triple power. I love guys like you.
Here's Draisaitl. Stutter step around Lindgren.
Kind of shows your racist side, though, doesn't it?
Some good defensive work, forcing a turnover, and Eklund did not get it in deep. Emberson backs off. 9 minutes to play. First period.
That would be something to see the Jets take on a Colorado or Dallas team. Like, honestly, that first round matchup, Dallas-Colorado, was going to be the matchup of the playoffs. Followed closely by the Tampa-Florida matchup out east in the first round.
Vlasic scored his first goal of the year. He's been limited to 19 games with injuries. The other night, helping carry San Jose to a shootout. Wrister pushed
Dang.
Right to Foley. That's a pretty good look.
Yeah. Disrupted just enough for him not to get a great shot away.
San Jose's not going away, though, guys. Like a young team, they knows what they got to do to beat the Oilers, and they're doing it.
That pass did not make its way through. Now Celebrini. He was stripped by Jeff Skinner.
Also, guys, I will talk after the first intermission about the Oilers being younger next year. They're going to lose a lot of the slow veteran legs in the offseason.
Thompson knocked it down at center, forced back in. Here's Cam Lund. Has 2 goals in his first 4 NHL games, and now a shot tipped up out of.
It doesn't mean nothing. It just means the guy came in here to start something he didn't clearly want to finish.
Great chance here. Nice passing play. Draisaitl onto the tape. Great save. Romanov gets the.
Means absolutely nothing. Just means the guy wanted to come in here to see if I retaliate to him. No, it's all good. Don't yell at me. I'm enjoying some snacks over here because fat guys eat cake. Got myself a healthy little mix bowl. That could be a possibility of a good one, but I just think Florida, Tampa, Dallas, Colorado. Damn. As much as I love the LA Oilers rivalry in the playoffs, for it to be good, the other team has to show up. Honestly, I don't see the 3, 2, 1. I know what she was doing. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I just, when the Oilers are fully healthy and have a full lineup of like they're gonna have, I don't think there's too many teams in the league that'll be able to keep up with the skill and the grit. Yeah, well, that can be next year in the regular season. Wow. Look at that media scrum around those two guys, eh? Emberson and Wallman.
Less jarring for Wallman. He said he was having lunch on a game day and rolling through his social media, and he saw a call come up from Mike Greer, and he goes, I better take this one. He did, and Louis and Jack, one of the things he said is when you think you're going to be traded, you don't hear anything but the name of the team and the city you're headed to.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, I don't remember anything about the conversation with General Manager Mike Greer except for when he said, you're going to Edmonton. He goes, the whole start of that conversation was like Charlie Brown's teacher. And it's true, because he knew the call, when he got that call, he knew he was being traded. But, you know, the first time for both of these guys to play against the San Jose.
We'll see, Renegade. We'll see. Honestly, we'll see.
One time they played San Jose in the first 74 games in Edmonton back in December, and they'll play them 3 times in the next 8 games. So we'll see a lot of his old team.
Here's a rim off the boards handled by Connor Brown, who has the Oiler goal.
Yeah.
To Jeff Skinner.
I don't think the Golden Knights with a healthy Oiler team can keep up with us.
Before the Sharks eventually.
The biggest X factor for the Oilers right now is sitting in the press box. Who they are going to re-sign in the offseason, by the way, guys.
Of course, San Jose last appeared in the playoffs with Evander Kane. Sharks went to the.
Yeah, I don't ever say that, man. I don't ever say this is our year. I'm not that guy to.
They have not been back since.
This is our year every year before the season starts.
Right now with the league's worst record and a potential #1.
It could be, but you got to play 25 games, win 16 games in the playoffs, man. The hardest 16 games to win.
Protects and eventually relieved of the puck. And flipping it down deep was Ostapchenko.
6.5 minutes left to go in the first period. 1-1 hockey game. Shots are 8-7 for San Jose.
Lund to William Eklund. Angled off the boards, ripped wide by Liljegren. And held in by Ferraro. Eklund to Lund. Backhander off the pads of Pickard. But Colson to Draisaitl, and it's out to center. Liljegren tried to go rink wide with it, stepping up Lund. Able to work his way through Wallman. Now it's Wenberg. Going to drag that puck past Henrique. Instead, Liljegren looking for a lane. That shot flicked away by Podkolzin. Lund back to Wenberg, but another effective shift for the Sharks here. Wenberg trying to fight off a double team. Came free to Eklund. Loads up. Doesn't shoot.
Yeah.
Ferraro does, and a save made by Pickard. Rebound Lund denied by Pickard. Lund back on the puck. Threw it around the boards.
I agree. I think Trent Friedrich is a really big X factor. And when we see him play, probably against Anaheim, it's sounding like he's going to play against Anaheim. It'll be a shock to the Oilers system. It's going to be a shock to the Oilers fan system watching this guy play.
Celebrini able to snake it through. Smith couldn't get a shot off, and Thompson will feed it down low. Toffoli had it stolen by Kulak, and the Oilers bust out.
And the Oilers are definitely going to re-sign him in the offseason. Jones gets tripped, no call.
And that was intercepted
Cool.
by hastily retreating Thompson.
And that'll be icing against the Oilers.
Icing against Edmonton.
That sucks. Can't do that. Shots are 11-7. San Jose scores 1-1. 5 minutes left to go in the first.
Foiled by a pass, but Skinner somehow puts this through about 4 San Jose Sharks, and it gets through right onto the tape of Draisaitl. That would have been a grade A chance, but I don't think he thought it was getting through there, and it did. Here's Ferraro putting that one through. Wallman, not easy to do, and that rebound was right there for the taking. And Cam Lund had a pretty good chance in tight.
It's a good save by Pickard, keeping that blocker.
What an empty building San Jose is. Like, I know they're a rebuilding team, but they're young and exciting. Why wouldn't you want to go see some young, almost free hockey?
Cutting in is Smith across in the high slot, fought for, ultimately controlled by Liljegren.
Oh, Sharks would be great in 2 or 3 years. If I was the Oilers, I'd be a little bit worried about the Sharks in 3 years. But hey, the Oilers could be really, really good in 3 years as well. With the cap going up to $15 million.
And will bring us to a stoppage. 4 1/4 to go in the first period, and we are tied at 1.
You know, yeah, it is what it is. 2 p.m. on Saturday, by the way, guys. 2 p.m. Kings, Oilers in LA. That'll be an interesting game. That's right, Corbin. As long as they don't come good tonight, that's all that matters, right? As long as they're just mediocre tonight and lose the game. to the Oilers. Surprising, no power plays. No real emphasis on hitting so far. I just don't want the Oilers to play down to their opponent. I want the Oilers to make their opponent play up to them for once. So we're a Sportsnet Edmonton Oilers feed, but we're showing the San Jose Sharks Make-A-Wish Foundation. Interesting.
And then on Saturday, Louis and Jack, Celebrini will actually pick up Luke, take him to the rink, and be here. So Luke will watch Macklin on Saturday night when the Sharks host the Kraken.
And of course, that's not really out of Celebrini's comfort zone. He was a junior Shark himself. As the puck ends up out of play off a dump in, the Oilers and the Sharks tied at 1. Knows the area, of course, went to BU, and you were telling me a pretty healthy.
He actually has, Renegade. Mike Greer has built a great young system team.
Last year and now in the NHL, he said they're as competitive as ever. They battle in everything, and apparently Will Smith was telling me they went over to Patrick Marleau's place and played a little mini hockey and resulted in a brawl. He did say, Gene, there was some video, so you should try and track that down. I think that'd be fun to watch. But he said they don't relent. He goes, it's no different than when they were battling for each of their universities respectively, and they still battle it.
What do you want?
On and off the ice.
Colin Graff, hard in the net, well played by Ty Emerson. Making his return to San Jose, Carl Grunstrom, a veteran of a couple playoff series against the Oilers, is a member of the LA Kings.
Oh.
He was effective in
Hello.
those series. Emerson protecting against Ty Dellandrea. He's got just 1 goal in 60 games this year for San Jose. Louis and I remember thinking a couple of years ago he was an emerging presence for Dallas, and just the offense dried up.
It can change, and obviously confidence starts to wean and go away, and for Dellandrea, a high pick. He was the first round of their Dallas Stars.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Renegade. Not wrong at all.
Ripped by Walton on net, and that was a tip for Hyman. Well handled by Romanov.
3 minutes left to go in the first period. 1-1 is the score. 11-9 shots for San Jose.
And then you hope one day that confidence and offensive uptick comes into play for Ty. But it's been a tough year and a half for him. He's kind of fallen over in Dallas and has not been able to find that offensive game here. But like I said, his overall game keeps him in the lineup. He's a player that can be in your third, fourth line and do a lot of good things. And you hope the offense comes after that. Tough lead.
Wenberg's had that puck on a string behind a shot, blistered high and wide by Vlasic. Wenberg shoveled it down low for Eklund. He was squeezed off the puck by Walton.
Okay, you go with mommy.
It's a clear for Matthias Janmark. Drop pass by Skinner off the bar.
Bed. Night-night.
Here's Connor Brown, whips it into the waiting glove of Romanov.
Night-night.
Lays the puck to rest with 2:16
See you in the morning.
Period, tied at 1.
Right at the right
Bye-bye.
spot for Brown. He was...
Yeah, 3 hours.
That was not offside because it goes off a San Jose player. Here's a tip for Zach Hyman. Gets himself to the front of the net, gets in a
Who scores for the Oilers next?
En route to
Zach
Romanov.
Hyman or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins?
A little deflection in there, and you can see Romanov had moved right out to the edge of the blue paint to make sure that even if it did deflect, it wasn't going anywhere, and it didn't.
Clean face-off win for Celebrini. Kulak carries it back for Draisaitl. Cross one-timer ripped by Arvidsson. A save made. Good read by Romanov.
Yeah, Joe.
Even from distance, that shot was absolutely
Tough day for sure.
by Arvidsson.
But you know what? He read it. This Romanov is dialed in this game. The Draisaitl save early on, he read that perfectly. He was there to meet that blast by Arvidsson. You're right.
One of the good guys, man.
And how about the save he made on the Podkolzin tip? He's best of the night.
He's feeling it.
1.5 minutes left to go in the first period. 11-11 of the shots. 1-1 is the score.
The game tied at 1. To the neutral zone, Podkolzin ran into Celebrini. Foley forced Arvidsson to go rink wide to Draisaitl, and it's a reload for Edmonton. Draisaitl stutter stepping his way in, then toe picked his way over the blue line, and the puck.
That's a penalty.
At some point crawled into the San Jose.
That's got to be a penalty for tripping, no?
Yeah, Draisaitl a little tumble there as he tries to come through the neutral zone.
I think so. I think so, huh? That's a trip, man. Like, come on, ref.
Come through to finish the check. He kind of jumps out of the way, but the right leg does take him down. He kind of looks no penalty on the play. Back a couple times with the officials in this one. They've been playing them hard in this first period. That line has created a lot, but they've had to work.
Some of us knew he was sick because he missed the last couple of podcasts of Cult of Hockey.
Flash down the right-hand side that'll be picked up by Bouchard. Less than a minute to go in this first period.
But I didn't think he was that sick enough to just not be around. Apparently that's offside Edmonton. Honestly, I didn't think he was sick enough to, like, not be around the next day. And I guess that's why I got taken. Like, I knew he was battling something, but I didn't think it was that severely. But yeah, it was a widowmaker type of situation. Family was shocked. Like, very. Like his son.
Sitting on 399 goals, Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
20 of his last 20
games. Like his son was in Vegas when it happened. So.
Was belted by Walton. And now
yeah.
It's moved over to Bouchard. Gregor came over on that deal with Ottawa.
19 seconds left. 14 seconds left. 1-1 Edmonton, San Jose. 11-11 shots.
On that release, inside a wrist shot stopped. Squared up on Andrea.
No, I can't say I have chatted with that guy. Anywho's, he's 1-1 after one. I can't imagine that. No, I don't think that's in the cards, the Sharks winning. It can happen. Hey, that's why you play the game, right? But I think the Oilers are going to squeeze this one out. Very big pun intended. Anyways, guys, the other town scoreboard, there's a few games to talk about. 1-1 after one, Oilers Sharks. Blues 5, Penguins 4 in overtime. That's what happens when you got 5 power plays. Kings 1-1 with the Utah Jazz. 16 minutes left to go in the third period. After 2, Flames 3, Ducks 1. 12 minutes left to go in the second period. Jets 2, Golden Knights nothing. Make it a final in Columbus. 7-3, the Colorado Avalanche win that game. Dallas Stars beat the Predators 5-1. The Canadiens beat the Bruins 4-1. The Senators shocked the Lightning. Beat them 2-1. Now that you got it good and understood, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the recent acquisition that the Oilers got. Now, obviously, I know a little bit more now than I did 20 hours ago about him. So, his name, for everybody that's wondering, is David Tomasek. He had a stellar season in the SHL. Led the Swedish league in points, got to wear the special jersey when they played. Yes, over in Sweden they call them, that's a special jersey they wear. Also the leading goal scorer, which was Derek Ryan one year in that league, gets to wear a special golden helmet. Anywho's, his team got eliminated in the semifinals match 4-2 in the best-of-7 series. And the Oilers kind of called and said, hey, we have a one-way contract, one-year contract with you. You want to sign it? It is worth $1.2 million. He's an offensive player. He will score in bunches. He will help out this team. He's younger than what this team has. He's also part of the Czech Republic team that won the World Championship last year. So that is something to talk about. He was pretty good in that. So, from everything I can gather about him, and trust me when I say I've gathered a lot of information, he was set to make his NHL debut back in 2019 when an ankle injury, broken ankle, set him back. He could have been an NHL team. I don't know which team. I'm going to assume the Anaheim Ducks, seeing as they are one of 4 or 5 teams that reached out to him in 2018. But ultimately, a broken ankle kind of stops you from playing in the NHL. And so after that, nobody just kind of looked at him. He just kind of faded away. Obviously, when you have a broken ankle, you're not very productive for a few years. Well, that changed last year and this year. Oh. And, like, I'm kind of one of those guys that looks at him statistically and he looks like a goal scorer's goal scorer. I made a video of it earlier today, and I hope you guys watched it. If not, I understand. He's 29. He's 6'3", 187 pounds. He does have North American experience. He played for the Motor City Metal Jackets in 2010, the Oakland Junior Grizzlies in 2012 and 2013, Belleville Bulls in 2014, 2015. So he does have North American experience. He speaks fluent English, which is a good thing. He's a right-handed shot, can play center or right wing. Now, why am I saying all this? Why am I bringing up all this? Because at the end of this season, for better or for worse, we're going to say goodbye to Corey Perry, Connor Brown, Kasperi Kapanen. On the back end, we're going to say goodbye to John Klingberg and possibly... No, that'll be it. We're going to say goodbye to John Klingberg. Goaltenders, we're not saying goodbye to any goaltenders. Derek Ryan won't be on the team next season. Drake Caggiula won't be here. Like, it's going to be a good situation for this kid to step into, much like the German kid. He can step into it too. I have not watched it yet. I've been procrastinating on that. I promise I'll watch it at the end of the game. So. Yeah, no, absolutely. And we're going to lose a few guys. Yeah, he's looked pretty bad. Although, through the grapevine, no, Stetcher's a unrestricted, he's a UFA. Stetcher, just give me a second on that to double check, triple check Stetcher's stats here. Stetcher has one more year at 787. So he's not a UFA until 26-27. Now, this is where it gets very convoluted for the Oilers. The Oilers next year, not this year, coming out next year, the 26-27 season, have one signed defenseman, Darnell Nurse. 4 signed forwards, Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Hopkins, and Matthias Janmark. Everyone else is a UFA, RFA, or flat out not going to be here. Goaltenders in 26-27, also UFAs. So in 26-27, if you don't like this team now, hold your breath because it may look completely different in 2 years. I'm not looking forward to that, to be completely honest with you. In 26-27, the Oilers are going to have $26 million in forwards, $9 million in defense. That's it. Obviously, everything changes because we know that errors and things like that happen. People get signed, people get traded, we have a roster. But as it stands right now, 26-27, there's a lot of room for new players to come in and snatch a roster spot. I also have been on good authority that Trent Friedrich. If Trent Friedrich has a really outstanding playoff with the Oilers, he's going to make $4 million next season, and the year after that, and the year after that. The Oilers are going to give him 3 years, $4 million per year, if he has a good playoff. There's a lot of ifs, a lot of wishes, and a lot of maybes when it comes to Trent Friedrich. If he plays the way I have seen him play in Boston, and I know he can play, he's getting $4 million for 3 years by the Oilers. And yes, fans are going to be upset by it because they're upset by everything this GM does, including going over to Europe for a month and a half and watching hockey for a month and a half, signing 2 really good players, an outstanding left wing center and an outstanding right wing center. So, hey. The only caveat I don't like about the kid from Prague is it's a one-way contract, so he's guaranteed a roster spot next season. Hey, if he exceeds my expectations or exceeds Oiler fans' expectations, you'll see it in training camp. You'll see him in preseason. Who knows? He might be that diamond in the rough. If you play NHL GM mode, he might be that gem that we're always looking for. Ekholm needs a Stanley Cup. Oh, well, speaking of Wallman, what's he making right now? Oh, excuse me. Wallman is making 3.4. I'm going to assume he's going to make 6. Although he's going to be 31 when his contract goes away. He's 29 right now. He'll be 31 when his contract is up. 30, 31, depending on when his birthday is. He might get paid the same, 3.5, 3.4. That range. But if he does well in Edmonton and the Oilers love him and he loves it here, he could ask for a bit more and the Oilers will pay him 6. Whether we're happy about this or we're not happy about this, Evan Bouchard's going to sign for roughly $8 to $10 million to be an Oiler for 8 years. Whether it's right or it's wrong, the back end of that deal is going to look pretty damn good. The back end of that deal is going to look pretty damn good. Again, I like the signing of both guys from Europe. So who knows? I guess it's a wait and see game, right? The rest of the stats for the first period: 11-13 shots for San Jose, who had that on their bingo card. 70-30 were the faceoffs in favor of the Oilers. 8 hits to 6 for the Oilers. Block shots, 4 for the Oilers, 3 for San Jose. Giveaways, 4 for San Jose, 2 for the Oilers. Takeaways, 5 for the Oilers, 1 for San Jose. Like I've been saying, is it the goaltending? Is it the defense? You got block shots that are up. You got the giveaways that are down. You got the takeaways that are up. And you got the hits that are up. Combine all that, hits and block shots up, giveaways down, takeaways up. You got yourself a recipe for success. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. Could be talking on my butthole for all I know. But that ain't too shabby. Renegade, I think the Oilers do. I think the Oilers do need Bouchard. As much as we want to criticize his defensive lapse and his defensive inabilities, the positivity of his offense, the Oilers definitely could use and will need. He's a young defenseman. Like, we overlook that he is a young kid still, right? I guess, hey, Yanis, how's it going? Oh, it's going good. It's going good, my friend. You know, it's a Thursday. We're talking Oilers hockey. We're watching Oilers hockey. Living life, loving life, you know. Glad to be breathing. I think compete level can be fixed, though. Like, that's things that can be taught and things that can be fixed. You can't teach the skill that he has. Whether we like it or not, you can't teach the offensive side skill that he has. Would we like him to be a little bit more stable on the back end? Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. I would love to see him a lot more stable on the back end. But, again, you take the good with the bad. If he's on the ice for 25, 30 minutes and all we see is 2 bad plays, then we're really nitpicking, right? Where it becomes a problem is when you're on the ice for 5 minutes and you have 3 bad giveaways in the 5 minutes of ice time. You know what I mean? It's like you play 10 minutes of hockey, and in that 10 minutes of hockey, you're a -3 and you've given the puck away. But I understand where you're coming up. Absolutely, I understand where you're coming from, Renegade. And I think that's one thing the Oilers as an organization have to sit down and talk about and be like, hey, yes, he can score 100 points a year. Yes, he has good postseason numbers. Probably the best postseason defenseman in this decade. But his defensive side is very, very subpar. How long can we justify the offensive output without the defensive capabilities? And you want to take that chance on another team getting him and him figuring out his defensive capabilities and keeping his offensive upside? And now that team that has him is just, hey, we got Bouchard locked up for 7 years at $7-8 million. Cap goes up every year by $5 million. That back half of that contract is looking pretty goddamn sweet to me. And that's another thing the Oilers as an organization have to look at too. And that's where I have to look at it too. Like, yes, the first part of this contract, the first year, maybe 2, is going to be bad. But as you get into year 3, year 4, year 5, Now you're paying him $9-10 million a year when everybody around him that is his ilk of goal scoring and productivity is making $13-14 million. Oh, that is awesome, Yanis. That's awesome to hear, but enjoy the game. I hope your dad has a blast at the game. That's one thing I wish I could take my dad to, is an Oiler game. Unfortunately, that mother, you know what, works every week. He works. He gets weekends off, but yeah, no, it's well, that's awesome that you did some carpentry work, man. Like, it's not easy work. Definitely long days. As a drywaller myself, I feel you. I feel you. Money's good, though. Money is good. When you're working, the money's great, but when you're not working, money don't come in. Yeah, man. Like, and that's way offside. Second period is underway. Oh, hey, man. That'd be something. Hey, Emerson comes to play for his team, past team, and scores a goal. Wallman's already got an assist against his former team. Might as well get Emerson going as well. No, this period slowed down right quick. Oh, damn. Draisaitl. Power play coming up for the Oilers. Draisaitl gets taken down without the puck. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, kid. Hit the net, Boosh. Yeah, you're good, man. Don't be sorry. Honestly?
Getting what you want isn't out of reach. Experience true flexibility with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. Interference is going to be the call here. Bryce on the left field, almost steps on the puck or did step on the puck. He goes down, and as he gets back up, you're going to see Kraft just interfere with the puck, allow him to continue his forward motion. Interference is the call. First power play of the game goes to Edmonton.
And that power play brought to you by the new Play Alberta. Play casino, sports, and lottery all in one place. You've got Leon Draisaitl,
Well,
of course, tied for the league lead.
they're playing Utah. The LA games don't matter until they play us. I hate to tell people that. The only two LA games that matter to me are the head-to-head against the Oilers. The Oilers win those two, we've got second place locked up.
The occurrence, if you pay attention on sports, that'll drift to the high slot in the face-offs in for the Landry against Nugent Hopkins. Draisaitl will try to hold it in and did so against Barclay Goodrow. Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. Draisaitl sends it up one time.
Scores! Arvidsson! 2-1. Bye-bye.
And he cashes
He
in.
makes good on it. What a shot. And he's really been starting to find that one-timer and find the spot, especially playing with Leon Draisaitl to get to it. But on the power play, it's about recovery. So a great job by Hyman to pressure. This puck picked up by Draisaitl around the wall, and it's a quick pass into the slot. Once it comes from Bouchard to Draisaitl, it's instantly one touch to the high slot, and Arvidsson rips it home. I mean, this is a cranker. And similar to where Thompson scored on Pickard in the first period, he puts it up over top of the blocker.
Now, the Oilers can't give up this goal.
Powered home for Victor Arvidsson. It's his first power play goal all season long.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Barbershop. Not wrong at all.
Instead of Jeff Skinner, and he's able to capitalize.
Sorry, I'm just going through who's in the East in my head right now. Writing it all down to...
6 points this season, third in the league behind McKinnon and Kucherov. Oilers pinned in their own zone, shaking off across Jack Emberson, and
Well, that's who it
ahead
is.
for Brown eventually. Bouchard now 61 points on the season.
Approaching 50 assists as well. But for Victor Arvidsson, you mentioned it, goals in 3 straight. He's got 7 in his last 13. I had a great conversation with him before the game in Las Vegas,
right.
and he said, I need to get hot down the stretch. I'm starting to feel...
To answer your question,
You know, in this league a long time.
I have Washington, Montreal round 1. Montreal winning.
The back of the net now. That's a
Toronto, Ottawa round 1.
Feeling the confidence.
Ottawa winning.
He's found chemistry. And
Florida, Tampa round 1.
and creating
Tampa
great
winning.
chances. And for Arvidsson, it's fine in the back. Of the net.
You're right, Court. You're right.
I think it's also
Carolina,
down
New
the
Jersey.
stretch here. You get
Carolina
Arvidsson,
winning.
Henrique on the board on the power play. A couple other guys, Corey Perry.
The next
Getting
guy
some
for
power
me is
play
Bud
goals.
Colson too. I just think he's
Carolina
so
beats
well-rounded.
Tampa.
He's done so many things.
Ottawa beats Montreal.
That it's just a matter of time. He had that
Carolina beats Ottawa.
first period, and give Romanov credit. He made a terrific right pad save on it in tight, but he's around.
Edmonton,
He's
Carolina, final.
in a big way in the last few games, especially.
Lassick sends it off the
Book
post
it.
to Carl Grundstrom. His wrist
I
shot
joke.
missed, glove
But yeah, I know
save.
that's
The rebound grab by Perry.
kind of my prediction on that.
Breakout. Adam Henry to the net. A wrist shot up high and caught.
Big save there by the San Jose Sharks
Initially,
goalie.
it's gloved by Romanov.
Good shot and drive by Jones.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset if it was Toronto that beat Ottawa.
And this is right as the penalty was whistled down. It was a delayed call to the San Jose Sharks, and Skinner just gets himself in an awkward position here with Ferraro. And you're going to see him kind of crank, and he holds.
Oh, that's a wrist
the
injury.
Left arm goes back to the bench, has a long conversation with
Oh.
TD4's the head athletic therapist on the bench, and back on the ice now. So
For that to happen, though, Florida has to take over Toronto and Tampa. I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't mind seeing that, too. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but as it stands right now,
We don't know for certain, but fair
I think you're
respect to it.
100% correct.
Here's a blast by Kulak, and that's gloved.
I would love to see Ottawa, Florida.
Georgi Romanov, but we're in.
All right. If it's Ottawa, Florida, Ottawa beats Florida easily. 6 games. Brady Tkachuk punches his brother 5 times in the head. Matthew Tkachuk turtles. Marchand tries to lick people, gets suspended.
This power play, which
No, I kid. I think that'll be a 7-game series.
Needs to go and finds that one-timer in the slot from Draisaitl. I don't know if that was something they had thought about before we're going to try, but I think you're right. I think it's because Skinner was not 100%.
Skinner tried to shovel it in front. Looking to
Yeah.
guide it out. Tyler Toffoli gets some help from Will Smith. Celebrini gives way to Smith, drops it off. Open man Thompson loading and centering that off the skate. Ripped on the one-timer, and Carlson could not thread it through. And then a steal in front on a pass intended for Toffoli. Kulak picked it off, and here come the Oilers. Yanmark to Brown. Kulak gives it back to Yanmark. Surveying, dishing, one-timer. Bouchard tried to get that on net, had it redirected into the corner. And that puck may have been played with a high stick. It's whistled down with 5 1/2, having elapsed here in the second. The Oilers having regained the lead at 2-1.
I mean, hey,
Chances of
Barber, it might not be wrong. There's still lots of time for an Edmonton-Calgary round 1 to happen.
Goal-scoring streak for
Flames got to win, though.
in a couple years.
I'll caveat all this with the Flames got to start winning.
Last year in Los Angeles before he matched up with Edmonton in the 3rd consecutive playoff series between the two clubs. LA's taken a 3-1 lead over Utah, and Vegas trails by 2 goals at home to Winnipeg at last report, so it could
Hey,
really
Nick, how's it
tighten up
going?
in the Pacific.
Oh, a very beauty of a game.
48 hours ago.
As long as the Oilers wake the pluck up.
The division of the Golden Knights. Here's Bouchard heading for the net. Checked by Grunstrom. Nugent Hopkins back behind. Tell you what, Winnipeg isn't home free either. Dallas just refuses to lose.
Yeah, Dallas is on a heater, too.
You don't like to just wait 15 minutes. It'll change.
Delandria off to Grunstrom. Stutter stepping over the line, getting it back, and a quick shot on net set up by Graff. Save Pickard, and the rebound swept out by Nugent Hopkins for Kapanen. Clubbed in by Bouchard onside. Zach Hyman heading for the net, circling, and he tried to center it. Nurse back down low, dislodged by Kapanen, but Ferraro had the net front covered ahead to Grunstrom, and it stroked back.
Oh, how is it? How are the roads in Japan for the Grand Prix?
From Pickard off the boards to Stetcher. Lobbed in, smacked down, eventually grabbed by Arvidsson.
Holy slashy.
Arvidsson 12 goals in his last 18 games against San Jose. Stetcher to Draisaitl.
Draisaitl gives the puck away.
Draisaitl was
Man, can't be doing that, Dry.
Draisaitl forced him wide.
At least you played defense there.
Draisaitl. San Jose has to reset on the perimeter. It's Wenberg. Draisaitl used that wide shoulder range. Here's Eklund hard to the net. Tried to center at the last moment, looking to set up Cam Lund, and it wasn't there.
All this because Draisaitl lost the puck at the opposition blue line.
Off the boards to Henry Thrum. Eklund, this time he'll throw it in front, looking for Wenberg, and I believe Nurse got his stick in the lane. Wenberg might have had a tap.
It was really high quality.
Oilers are hemmed in right now.
Vlasic sent wide. Wenberg. Stetcher comes over. Lund tried to go off the board.
Just get it down the ice.
Anticipation by Arvidsson, and he's able to one-hand it ahead for Podkolzin. Draisaitl puts the brakes on, through a cross, ripped on net to save.
Finally, Draisaitl does the good thing.
Holding sway that time.
Yeah, you think so, Nick? You think just a little bit of too much British bias? So they think that Lewis Hamilton's going to win the race, eh? Oh, man. Yeah, the West is going to be tough. Like, that first-round matchup, Colorado-Dallas, I keep talking about it, is probably going to be the most brutal matchup. There's just so many storylines. Rantanen, I said this privately, I'll say this publicly. How much do you think Rantanen doesn't like Makar? If I was Mikko Rantanen, obviously I've practiced against Cale Makar for the better part of 5 years. I've played with Cale Makar. I kind of know his tendencies, right? If I was Mikko Rantanen, every time Cale touched the puck, I'm giving a little jab in the ribs with my stick. My butt end of my stick is finding the non-padding part of his ribs every time. I am giving Makar a little bit of extra every time. Little rabbit slash in the back of the kneecap. Every time there's a scrum, I'm looking for his number and I'm giving him a few more little rabbit punches. It's just me, but hey, playoffs. Because I honestly believe the Colorado Avalanche will go as far as Makar will take them. Yeah, Dustin Wolf is one of those anomalies. I don't know what he's going to be like next year. Much like Stuart Skinner, right? Like Stuart Skinner had a great junior career, a really good AHL career. Had a good first couple seasons in Edmonton. This year's been an off year for him. There's also been a lot of off-ice stuff going on, but
Ostapchuk, but the puck did not leave the zone, and Perry found room for a wrist shot that Romanov had to make a difficult save on. Difficult in the sense that he had to pick it up through a screen from Henry. Rebound coughed up by Thompson. Another centering pass to Henry from Perry. That was broken up. Jones continues to pester. Another good shift for Edmonton. Henry to Perry, trying to build on this 2-1 Edmonton lead. Second of 4 meetings.
yeah, a few rough games for Wolf, absolutely.
Last 13 days. Steal by Noah Gregor. Streaking down left wing, shooting and a save made by Pickard. And after
Good play there by Kulak to not let that pass go across.
Rebound home.
This is a nice read by Noah Gregor, and it's a good shift by Edmonton in the offensive zone, but this little pass back to the defenseman, he reads it and picks it up, and he's always been a real fast skater, has a terrific shot, tries to catch Pickard, maybe not down early enough as he tries to thread this through quickly, and it's a good save by Pickard.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Barbershop. You're not
there
wrong.
on the doorstep looking for more.
Campbell kind of effed the Oilers a little bit. Not on purpose, but
Pickard all season long. Steady as she goes.
what fans? They forgot that there was a game.
Here's Kapanen spinning on the backhand side. Stuart Skinner did not make the trip. Expected to resume skating at home. Potentially be ready when the Oilers return to Edmonton to take on St. Louis. Here's Ferraro. Backdoor in the game is tied. What a finish.
Bad defense, like I said.
Tyler Toffoli.
Someone tell Bouchard he's a defenseman.
Celebrating now up to 54 points.
Bouchard puck watching.
On the left-hand side, Colin Graff. Beachcraft in Philadelphia. And the brilliant rookie defenseman Lane Hudson from Montreal. The only guys with more points.
It's going to be a game.
Sharks. Is there a little tug on the jersey there in the neutral zone? Little hook coming. Time 9:07. And I think some of the momentum that San Jose built.
Oilers are on the power play. I didn't see the call. I don't think that's a penalty.
The bench says it all.
Oh, that's a call? That's not a penalty. Come on. That's soft, man. Oh well, Oilers will take it. Got to score again.
You could see a little exchange there right after scoring a goal to make it 2-2. Untimely penalty. And Edmonton back on the power play.
Can't do it. And Warsawski,
I've seen worse not called.
in terms of a young team, has to learn when not to take those exact
But hey,
actions. I mean,
I'll take them.
You're 120 feet
Like I said,
away.
guys, I'm an equal opportunist a-hole when it comes to reffing.
And it's a bit of a lazy reach, to be honest with you. Hard rim by Liljegren.
And we start not so good on this power play. 2-2. Halfway through the second period. Shots are 19-16 for the Oilers. I assume they're the team in orange.
Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman round out the fivesome. Hyman around the boards. You've got Arvidsson. Gave Edmonton a 2-1 lead. San Jose has battled back to tie. Now Draisaitl looking to keep the pressure on. Trying to tuck it inside for Nugent Hopkins. Graff had a chance to clear and get some help
Wow.
from Ferraro. Bouchard halfway through this San Jose penalty. Brunstrom feeling nervous over in the box.
Nick, it wouldn't be good for the Oilers. If Bouchard goes to arbitration, I'll wait till the next commercial break to tell you what I already know about arbitration and players.
Nugent Hopkins, cross-ice one-timer, and a diving save on Henry by Romanov. He's got no stick, but the puck exits the zone.
Not looking good on this power play.
And the rookie goaltender will be able to retrieve the lumber as the Oilers complete the change and get the full second unit out.
We talked about his reads earlier in the game. He is finding the puck. That was an excellent read to come across. Sold out to make that save. Corey Perry.
Enrique Wallman, a shot off the right shoulder. The rebound batted down. Romanov couldn't get there. But
Yeah, no goal on this one.
come up with a loose puck, and it's Barclay Goodrow, the veteran, with a length of the ice clear, and that'll do it for the Edmonton power play. And a very relieved Chrome Brunstrom will come out of the box as Darnell Nurse heads for the net. Want to have his shot.
Yeah, with arbitration, it comes down to numbers. They don't look at plus minus, and the Oilers could send them an 18-minute video of, hey, this guy gives the puck away here, 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 here. This guy's a piece of crap defenseman. And all the arbitration people will see, what's his playoff numbers? 25 goals, 32 assists. 55 points in the playoffs last year. What were his playoffs numbers the year before that? 10 goals, 7 assists, 17 points. What's his regular season numbers? Oh, 100-point season. This season, on pace for another 90-point season. All right, that's 190 points in 2 years. $14 million. And that's what the Oilers don't want. So if I was the Edmonton Oilers, I would avoid arbitration at all costs with Bouchard. But they don't look at that, right? They don't look at the power, they just look at the numbers. They don't care how. But then again, that favors Bouchard again. So you need him on the power play. He's critical to your team on the power play. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, if I'm the Oilers, I'm looking at the Jacob Trickern signing and saying, okay, Bouch, we'll give you that deal. We'll give you that deal, maybe a little more. But yeah, if you go to arbitration with the numbers that Bouchard has, yikes. You're looking at a $12 to $14 million defenseman. And that's where it gets sketchy. You have the option to not sign him to that. You have the right as a team to say, no thanks, we're going to let the player walk. Well, now you're letting a really good player walk for nothing. Oh, Draisaitl skated to the bench, limping. Fuck's sakes, man.
An injury that he missed 4 games he's played. This is his 3rd game back in the lineup. And he went down the tunnel. We'll keep an eye on that. But
Draisaitl's down the tunnel.
Henrik was out there for that one-timer, but typically would have been Draisaitl.
Shot dropped by Romanov from distance, taken by Kulak. The Sharks able to come up with it. I'm wondering, based on what we just saw, Louis, whether the actual tweak maybe occurred a moment or two earlier, and Draisaitl continued to kind of feel it nagging. I didn't see much there.
Just the way he reached.
What a brutal cross check.
And a good hit by Thrun on
Hit?
Brown.
Yeah, hit if you hit it with your stick. It's called a cross
Yeah, a
check.
little slow to get up. He also had the stumble on the puck behind the net, which sometimes that can be something that leads to an injury later because it's a wear and tear. We don't want to guess on what it is and speculate, but it wasn't good. Anytime he leaves the ice, it's not a good sign.
Here's Kulak, a wrist shot right in the breadbasket. Goaltender
2-2,
Romanov.
8 minutes left to go in the second period. Shots are 23-17.
We were talking about before at the faceoff. He gets, kind of as he wins this back against Barclay Goodrow. Sometimes when you're torquing back like that and the stick doesn't go back because Goodrow was pretty strong. You can tell right there, even when he kind of comes back, he kind of just looks down, does continue on. Leon Draisaitl has the pain threshold. As Ken Lowe, the old medical.
Oh, he hyperextended his leg on touching the puck, on skating on the puck.
And
that
was where he stumbled on the puck.
Oh.
When that leg comes out, we saw him stumble. We figure it was a lower body, potentially hamstring injury that he missed the time with. But we'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, that's not good.
Foley, Smith, and Celebrini pour in. So Foley got a shot on net. Pickard able to steer that aside. And here's Arvidsson looking for the lead with a backhand centering pass that was tipped away by Liljegren. And the Sharks were able to come out of the pile.
I don't know, guys.
Heading for the net to Foley. Sparano inside. Wrist shot and a save made onto Foley from the kill zone by Calvin Pickard.
Yeah, long stare down after by Toffoli, who scored a ton of goals from that spot, including one in this game to tie at 2-2. This one wasn't a one-timer, though. He just corrals his puck and shoots it. But it's on the entry once again. Liljegren, nice pass down low, and then right into the slot is Toffoli, who finds that shot, and he has a little smirk to Calvin Pickard afterwards. He wants to look up and say, "How did you make that save?"
Off the draw, ripped it.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Nick. With the cap going up as high as he could possibly go up, get him signed before arbitration.
In goals from a defenseman, so he can shoot it. Played 1.5 season in the NHL a couple years ago with Florida, but has just been toiling in the American Hockey League for 6-7 years. As a guy who kind of worked his way back up from the AHL to the NHL, Lou, you know how much of a grind that can be.
And what an opportunity here with the San Jose Sharks. Ryan Rosowski told you and I this morning, he said, listen, I've talked to a lot of guys on this team. And I said, down the stretch, we're looking to what we're going to do next year. Are we putting your name in pencil or pen? I mean, this is the opportunity for the young players on this team right now. Make the best of the opportunity that's given to you here, because we'd like to ink you in for next year, but you might not be, because there's
he could be back, I hope.
the next one.
Glass by Bouchard deflected up and out of play.
ATCO Energy is the official energy provider of Rogers Place and proud sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers.
I was going to say the other thing implicit in that message that we took away from is, hey, it might not even be in San Jose, but if you want a job, you're not just playing out the string here. Play your you-know-what off, and maybe you have 4 or 5 teams interested.
You're being watched all the time in this league.
Ballman up the left-hand side. Classic taken hard against the boards by Hyman.
Yeah, I don't like this jersey mixture.
Here's a pass by
I like their teal jerseys.
Romanov through traffic. Eklund to Vlasic, activating around Adam Henry to the net with a wrist shot and save.
Good save by Pickard down the right-hand side as Pickles, Mark Edward Classic, gets up in the play. 19 years as a San Jose Shark. What a career for him. And here's a good block out in front. Look at how Thrun just does not allow the gritty Corey Perry to get anywhere near his goaltender, and Romanov's able to fend that away. And the San Jose Sharks, Jack, have done a nice job of that throughout this game. Not a lot of extra left over in front after the shot is taken.
But Logan Couture out with a groin injury all year long. Vlasic, the lone remaining tie of the glory years of the Sharks, where they were annual contenders. Here's a turnover. Gasperi capping it.
I disagree with you, buddy. I disagree with you completely. But that's okay.
Sharks were beaten in 6 by Pittsburgh.
To be honest, I was rooting for Joe Thornton in that one.
There's more to it than just that, Joe. San Jose is the only team that was willing to deal with the conference rival like Edmonton. Anaheim wasn't willing to give Fowler to the Oilers.
Shoveled in deep by Kapanen. And of course, a lot of connectivity between the two organizations, Edmonton and San Jose. Todd McClellan and Jay Woodcroft, part of the coaching staff here for so many years. Both ended up being head coaches in Edmonton. Here's Connor Brown. The centering pass broken up. Open man. Kulak a drive. A glove save. Made by Romanov. Wrong-footed.
So you're taking two.
Spirit and keep the game tied at 2.
You're taking 2 guys out of 12 that the Oilers have. You're kind of cherry picking your stats there, bud. You're kind of cherry picking your stats there, man. Trust me when I tell you, the Oilers were going hard after Cam Fowler. They were going hard after Jacob Trouba. They were going hard for Pecky and a few other defensemen, Dobson. It's just San Jose was the ones that were willing to trade for nothing. I know, it's just, I get what you're saying, though. It just seems like, but you got to remember, we also have a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs on our team, too. Remember last year we were the Edmonton Maple Leafs for like half a year? We kind of still are. We kind of still have Kulak. We kind of still have Connor Brown, Kapanen, Hyman. Who else is a Maple Leaf that's on the Oilers? Who else played for Toronto that's on the Oilers right now? I almost want to say Calvin Pickard played for Toronto at one point. Could be wrong, though. Well, it's like the 94 Rangers. They were called the New York Oilers for the whole year. I mean, that was fun. If you guys were around back in 94, the New York Oilers won the Stanley Cup.
Large early start. That's 4 Eastern. 2
I thought so. I could be wrong, though. I know we got quite a few Maple Leafs on the team.
Right to Skinner to make sure that lane is clear, and Romanov with a terrific save. And we just talked about how well they boxed out. Nice shot to the point and save again. Edmonton's going to have to fight to get to the front of the net.
Yeah, I could be wrong about Kulak. I wasn't sure. I know he played for Calgary, Montreal, sorry. Yeah.
Looking for his first win in the National Hockey League. 6th appearance tonight versus Edmonton, and he's made some dandy saves.
He's playing for the youngest coach in the National Hockey League. We showed you a quick glimpse of it. 37-year-old Ryan Warsofsky, who took South Carolina to the 2017 ECHL final.
Didn't Janmark also play for the Oilers, for the Leafs? Scores! Who did it? Janmark or Skinner? Janmark or Skinner? They're like, it wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. Who was it? Jeffrey Skinner!
Well, there you go.
The New York Oilers and Mike Richter. Yeah, you're not wrong. He was Brian Leach as well was the only one that didn't play for Edmonton that year.
By Delandria, and interference coming against Edmonton. This is
the Oilers took a penalty.
All night whistled against the Edmonton Oilers.
It's the ex-Shark, Wallman, who's having a conversation all the way to the
Foreskin strikes again. Oy.
Throw the stick into there. And it's Skinner with those quick hands that gets a little piece of it. Overhead here once again. But anytime you have that kind of fly-by traffic, right now he's blind with both Carlson and Skinner going by the fly-by and the redirection into the net.
Janmark was a star.
Here.
Was he not a Leaf as well? I know he was a star a night.
Happy with that interference call, but that's what's called.
I could swear Janmark also played for the Maple Leafs. I could be completely wrong too, but
San Jose power play just 2 for
I know he was a star or Golden Knight, and he played for other teams as well.
Skinner from Bouchard as we sit right now.
Skinner from Bouchard.
3-2 Edmonton. Jeff Skinner has 9 goals in his last 11 games against San Jose.
Nice, that's awesome, man.
For a third time for San Jose. Eklund steps in.
They're in Barracuda country, man. Get him out of there.
Moved out, Wenberg up top. Eklund, no shot.
Oh, that's awesome. No babysitter, though. I feel you. I wish I could get a babysitter every once in a while.
Less than 4 minutes to go. Second period to Foley to Smith. The 2 right-handers. Juggled by Wenberg. Held in. Smith with Nugent Hopkins on him. Wenberg to the middle. Dropped off. Shooting is Celebrini.
No, you're right. He didn't. Janmark played for Chicago, Dallas, Golden Knights, and the Oilers. Like I said, so many Oiler-Toronto connections, though.
Wenberg dropping it off. Celebrini cuts around Janmark.
Ooh, that's a good question there, Edmund. Do you think the Condors squeak in? We got 3 minutes left to go in the second period. 3-2 Oilers, 26-20 is the shots for the Oilers. 30 seconds left to go in the San Jose power play. Here comes a breakaway for Connor Brown, shorthanded. Gives it back to Oh, it almost squeezes through. Man, Janmark dog on bone.
And now Janmark just draining clock with heavy pressure on first.
You could be right. I'm going to check to see. You might be right on that pick. That would be an awesome poll by you. No goal scored by San Jose on the power play. I'm actually going to check to see who's drafted.
Celebrini had the best chance but misfired. And here's Lilgren. Wrist shot and a glove save made by Pickard.
He was 2013.
Carbon X is proud to partner with the Edmonton Oilers
Sorry, guys.
to help them offset emissions and score big in sustainability.
Well, Louis and Jack, you were discussing the fact that Jeff Skinner and the Oilers do not have Leon Draisaitl on the bench. He is doubtful to return.
Draisaitl won't return tonight.
Well, thank you, Gene. And we've gotten a further update. He has been ruled out for the remainder of the night. So
Draisaitl's out tonight and possibly won't play against LA on Saturday.
Game with 11 forwards. But they've taken a 3-2 lead.
Fuck. All because he stepped on a puck.
Is gobbled up by Romanov.
Now time for other guys to step up with Leon Draisaitl out of this game, and well, look at the 3 goals scored. And there you go, and you're getting production down the lineup. And that's
he's old.
Talked about a lot this year is other guys getting an opportunity and finding a way to produce. But now with the 1-goal lead again versus San Jose, play that hard, tight, defending game and not allow a team that likes to get after it up the ice.
Well, as we watched the line in the non-contact jerseys at practice yesterday, Kane, Frederick, and McDavid, Louis, you were saying it's time for the 3 players that all scored tonight to step up. Here's a wrist shot and a save made by Calvin Pickard. So maybe you knew something.
Well, it's time, right? And I think they all, to a man, feel the same way. When you're down the stretch and you know you're building for position right now in the conference, in the division, and you're
winner of what? Well, you know,
and you're going into the playoffs. the mentality is you want to go in there feeling.
What do you want to win?
And Arvidsson was pretty candid when I had the conversation with him. Jeff Skinner's been around for a long time, has never played a playoff game in his career. He's excited to have that opportunity, and it's the way you play down the stretch. It's going
Yeah, you're not wrong, Northern.
Knobloch thinks you're going to start the playoffs, and I think that's the biggest motivator right now for anybody. There's going to be competition for jobs. So go out there and show them you want to be in the lineup.
And after
We got a minute and a half left to go in the second period. Edmonton 3, San Jose 2. No Draisaitl for the remainder of this game. May not play. Well, that's not that's not a giveaway situation.
He's been the primary distributor. Eklund at times tonight has passed on some shot opportunities. And here he sees Stetcher take the puck away. Nugent Hopkins hunched over for a moment on the half wall, but Arvidsson, in the meantime, kicks it back to Nugent Hopkins, and a one-timer flub by Podkolzin. That was right in his wheelhouse, just went off the heel of his stick. Here's Lund. Eklund turned it over at the Edmonton line. Minute to go, second period. The Oilers have taken
5 seconds left to go in the second period.
And as of yet, been able to shake.
I wish I could say it was 45 seconds left to go in the third period. That way we can get out of this and go to LA.
12 outings against Edmonton. Here's Celebrini. Dropping it off for Toffoli in close quarters against Emerson. Peeled out of there by Yanmark. He'll try to clear for a second time up the left-hand side. Thrum trying to pin it down deep. Emerson will escape and find Brown with an outlet. And it's flipped
13 seconds left in the period. Just hold on.
And
I'm at that point now tonight, guys. Just hold on.
The middle spilled in by Celebrini. Nurse will take a skate. And Edmonton will...
3-2 after 2. I'll take the lead, but oh man. This period is going to be the period that's going to be the toughest of the game. Nick, I really wish that would be the case, but I don't think so. Why would they move away from Keith Gretzky? I don't follow the Condors as much as Edmund, so I don't know why they move away from Keith Gretzky. From watching afar, they've been missing a lot of bodies all year. As they say, from watching far away, they're missing bodies all year, but who knows? The funniest rumor I ever heard is Wayne Gretzky is part owner of the Edmonton Oilers. That's the funniest rumor I ever heard. Heard that the other day. I was out and about, and I heard. He still is. Bowman's a stopgap for the Oilers. Dill pickle chips and oh yeah. If I was a dill pickle person, that sounds good. I mean, you can only do so much with what you have to work with. But I understand what you're saying, Joe. I completely understand what you're saying. Anywho's the out-of-town scoreboard. Ugh. It's ugly. Lots and lots of ugliness. No one's calling me. Four-2, the Kings beat the Utah Hockey Club. The Flames beat the Ducks 4-1. The Canadiens beat the Bruins 4-1. The Senators beat the Lightning 2-1. The Colorado Avalanche beat the Blue Jackets 7-3. The Dallas Stars beat the Predators 5-1. The Blues beat the Penguins 5-4 in overtime. 3-0 Jets over the Golden Knights with 10 minutes left to go in that game. And here in Edmonton, 3-2 Oilers over Sharks. Shots are 28-22 for the Oilers. Obviously, I'm a big stats guy. No, not really. They took 17 shots that period, as San Jose only took 9. 61 to 38 for the faceoffs. Oilers are 1 for 2 on the power play. San Jose's 0 for 1. Hits are 13-12 for the Oilers. Block shots are 9-6 for San Jose. Giveaways 11 for San Jose, 5 for the Oilers. Takeaways 6 for the Oilers, 3 for the Sharks. Our next game against the San Jose Sharks is April 11th in Edmonton, followed by April 16th, the season finale in San Jose. The Oilers lead the season series 1-0. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. Any whoosies? What do you guys want to talk about? Ooh, that would be something though. Caps Habs round 1. Dang. No, I get that. I get the old boy vibes, but you kind of need that. Thank you for answering that, Edmund. Like I said, you are the go-to guy, all things Bakerfield Condors. I know a little, but not a lot. I will be back. As Jenny says, I know a little, not a lot. I'm still Jenny from the blog. Hey, they're talking about it. They're talking about my guy, David Tomasak. Signed and sealed. I love the fact that he went from 21 points to 37, 45, 57. So he's jumped in points and in goals 9, 15, 25, 24. Somehow, some way, I know what I'm talking about. God damn, you guys are all over here talking about food. Damn. What's my favorite kind of pizza? Well, since you asked, it's a Meat Lovers all day, every day, twice on Sundays. No joke, I love Meat Lovers pizza. I'm a deep dish Meat Lovers. Crust has to be nice and thick. Lots of pepperoni and salami. And of course you got Josh Szymanski, signed and sealed, playing with the Dell League. 9 goals, 10 goals, 14 goals, 18 points, 27 points, 40 points. And he signed a 2-year entry-level contract. So he's got 2 years at an ELC, and then he's got his real contract kicked in. Guys, you guys are not going to be disappointed by these two kids. Obviously, one is 29, one is 23. But yeah, you guys are really going to love what these two guys will bring to the Oilers lineup. You wanted speed, these guys bring speed. You want a little bit of size, these guys bring size. Not to be outshadowed by Damien, that's coming on the defensive side as well. Yeah, those Oilers don't look happy right now. Those Oilers do not look happy walking out of the dressing room. Oh, fuck. I don't know, guys. I'm not liking what's going to happen. Saturday might be a wash, guys. Might be one of those games where buckle up, LA is going to take it to us. Chicago deep dish. You know what? I'm a big fan of Chicago deep dish pizza. I used to be, but now you're right. It has become all crust. Nothing more, nothing less than crust. Ooh. San Jose Sharks. That's a pretty cool popcorn holder. I'd buy that for $5. Oh yeah, Edmund makes some amazing food. If I'm ever in the Bakersfield area, I'm going to look him up and I'm going to have him feed me for a month. Fat guy loves food. I obviously kid, but yeah. Yes, home cooking is definitely where it's at. Yeah, I like meat pizzas. I like meat. I'm a big turkey guy. I could eat turkey all year. I got 2 hamburgers upstairs waiting for me, calling my name after this game. I'm going to have 2 hamburgers for a late night snack. Some Mac sauce. By Mac sauce, I mean the actual McDonald's Big Mac sauce. Nom. Some cheese. I might just make it a double cheeseburger. Ooh. Save the buns. 2 patties, 2 pieces of cheese. Maybe if I could cook up some bacon and not get in trouble. Although if I cooked bacon up, I'd probably wake up the semen demon upstairs, and that would be a bad idea. But anyways, guys, how are you guys enjoying your night? My name's Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. Yeah, I got the Mac sauce, man. As a former McDonald's employee, I could tell you how to make it. You do not put pineapple on pizza. Renegade. Banished. Delete. Renegade, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, man. Matt Hardy's delete. Like, that's... Oh, good times, good times. I'm glad you got the. I'm glad you got that. Yeah. No, brother. Oh man, you guys are too much. You guys are awesome, man. Third period is gonna be underway. Should be entertaining.
Configuration present when Draisaitl missed 4 in a row, and that's with Nugent Hopkins in the middle with Podkolzin and Arvidsson on the wing.
Let's update this scoreboard
down
thingy.
Play 7 seconds into this final period. San Jose just 2 wins all year long when trailing after 2 periods. And again, the 1-goal games, it's a team that knows how to win and a team trying to learn how to win.
Brother
1-goal
Nero.
games this year, Edmonton 21 and 15.
Did you guys see that new video that Matt and Jeff Hardy did, where they like took everybody's slogan, and at the end of it, we all want Jeff Henry.
The hardest thing to learn in this league.
Twice they've rallied the tie, looking to do it for a 3rd time. Will Smith, his centering pass.
Yes,
by Arvidsson.
I saw that, Nick. I'm about it. I'd be all for that. The Hardys, Edge and Christian, Dudley boys, let's do it, man. I mean, I'm not sure how well Devon will hold up, but Bubba's still in great shape, if a shape was round. It also depends if Jeff Hardy can stay out of the jail cells long enough.
Weaving his way in, William Eklund couldn't get the backhander off, and then Picker took a late shot up high. I thought maybe Cam Lund got that stick up into the headgear, and Nurse certainly thought he might have.
So did Troy Stetcher. He came right over and is having a conversation with the official on a sensitive issue. It's a sensitive issue with this team because of the contact that's happened on both Calvin Pickard and Stuart Skinner is still in the lineup because of the collision with Mikko Rantanen. And there's the collision right there. This one's similar to the Rantanen knee to the head. And on the flyby, and I think for Lund, that actually is the stick jack that actually catches him, not the knee. So good pickup by you and your little bit younger eyes than mine.
Picked up by Henry Thrun after an Oiler clear.
Did he really?
Sharks have played
Wow,
hard tonight.
that sucks.
Ryan Warsofsky's glove. Currently 2 points behind Chicago.
I haven't watched any AEW for like a year.
Wenberg to the point.
Last time I watched MJF was
That's one way
gone.
to look at it. The other is there are 2 points in the race ahead to secure the best.
Although I heard the WWE signed Aleister Black.
Will send it in deep. Played by Romanov up the left-hand side. It's Cam Lund. He'll hustle to center. 8 different players in the line.
Kind of hard to enforce a penalty when it's your own team that high sticks you in the face, though.
Squared off in December.
That was Wallman's stick that
Almost all the way.
kind of got Pickard in the mouth.
Before a late goal.
But yeah, I agree.
Ekholm rescued Edmonton and Draisaitl won it in OT. Here's Jake Wallman. He was in the Sharks lineup that night. To Brown, and Janmark cuts between circles. Well defended by Jack Thompson. Grunstrom did not.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Just missed Janmark with a pass. Fought for, controlled behind the net. Janmark to Brown. Off the boards, took a weird hop. And Grunstrom this time successfully advances through center and bangs it in deep. Kulak one-handing it up the wall. Held in for the moment by Dellandrea. Worked around the boards, stepping up as Liljegren. Down low, looking to escape, taking a hit.
Oh.
Almost stop Chuck was Kulak, but the puck exits the zone and Ferrari.
Rusev, man. Rusev was a
That's
beast.
spilled in deep by Barclay Goodrow. He'll take over after Pickard tried to play.
Rusev
Center
Day.
pass, intercepted by Emerson, who cleared ahead for Zach Hyman. Trying to get around Liljegren, gets some help defensively from Gregor, who then...
Penta has looked good with the WWE.
Get back on the puck and pitchfork it.
I mean, it's all storyline driven, of course, but you still have to be able to wrestle and put up.
To his left is Kasperi keeping it with a wrist shot and save.
I've been watching this LFG for a little bit here for the last couple weeks. That's some entertaining wrestling.
In the neutral zone to pick that puck up, and he's off again.
He's the next guy to maybe
Booker T doesn't like how things are going. Not it is Bubba.
Since January the 23rd.
Yeah.
Stetcher to Nurse. And a second time.
Oilers are 4 points away from clinching a playoff spot. They win this game and beat LA, we've clinched a playoff spot. Yeah, he is. He's definitely being pushed hard.
Lifted in by Nurse, and Romanov with Stetcher nearby is going to freeze it. Let's get another look on that play where Calvin Pickard gets hit.
Well, we figured it out. It's going to be the stick of Janmark.
Janmark's stick, yeah.
He's lifting the stick of Cam Lund. His stick's the one that comes up and catches Calvin Pickard in the face shield. So friendly fire, and that's why Lund had the look he did have on his face, like, I didn't do anything. But
don't go near my goalie.
Five-some on the ice coming after him after Pickard took that contact. Little friendly fire.
Oh, my car flags will be going up tomorrow. I got to go get one. I got a story to tell about my car flag. Oh, they.
The draw quickly swept on that.
That's a pretty good shot by Arvidsson off the draw. Hey, Romanov just, he's flashed the glove a few times in this game and looks very calm. I mean, this is a nice save. Positional, and for Arvidsson trying to test him there.
This time, Celebrini comes up with a draw against Nugent Hopkins. Played up the left-hand side. Whistled over to Arvidsson, who has some room left wing. But Colson's centering pass.
You think he beats
Did not get
Gunther?
through to Romanov.
No, I think they're going to give Gunther the Roman Reigns record.
By Toffoli. Pickard will tuck it
Gunther's
in the corner
like
for Bouchard.
an amazing wrestler.
Sharks continue to grapple for puck possession.
I remember Gunther when he was a 290-pound chubby kid.
Classic. Mishandled by Celebrini.
He's put in the work, though.
Set a screen for him. Celebrini still just 18. Thrum, open man, Classic tried to center, and somehow that stayed out. Toffoli put it through the blue paint, and it trickled just wide.
That hit the post. I don't know if it hit the inside post, the outside post, or in the net, but that hit the post. We're going to have to get a horn to confirm that might be a goal. Right now it's 3-2 Oilers, 14 and a half left to go in the third.
Cleared by Janmark, ahead to Jeff Skinner. Curled it back, one-timer ripped by Kulak, and a save this time by Romanov.
You're not wrong, Renegade. Not wrong at all.
This time his drive. Pinball wide, the ricochet gobbled up by Janmark. This line really having a nice night tonight. Brown behind the net, Skinner.
That would be a good matchup, though, as long as Goldberg can hold up.
Weinberg, Skinner won't let him escape. Finally twisted off the glass and out. It's a good shift for the Skinner Janmark. Brown.
No horn, no goal.
San Jose down low. Good stick by Carlson to break it up behind the net.
And they're aligned.
Right? Like, that was a lot of baby fat to lose, though, man. Like, yeah, well worth it. It's almost like Vince said, lose the weight will make you champion. Almost dared him. Ooh, that would have been pretty by Corey Perry. Unfortunately, it turns into a Sharks breakaway.
Forced out wide, and Nurse just won't let him get the shot away.
I'm paying attention to you guys. I'm watching the hockey game. Hey, it's a grand old time in Edmonton, Alberta. Whoop! Hyman almost one-touches it over top in the net. 13 minutes left to go. Shots are 32-22 for the Oilers. In the third period, 3-2 is the score for the Oilers over the San Jose Sharks. Again, in case you guys are late, Draisaitl left in the second period after stepping on the puck awkwardly behind his own net. I'm not going to speculate and tell you anything more than what you already know. He's out for the game, may not play on Saturday. Saturday's a 2 o'clock game for the Oilers and LA Kings. Kind of odd time to be playing in LA, but when you got a basketball game beforehand and a basketball game afterwards, that's what you got to do.
Nice support there by Max Jones. He recognized that Bouchard was collapsing down hard into the zone to try and keep it alive, and he supports him.
You're not wrong, Nick.
Whistled one right off the
Ooh, Kapanen almost squeaks one in there.
Kapanen hungry for a goal, and that was chucked wide by Kulak. Came off the boards all the way out to Bouchard. The Sharks do not have a shot on net.
No, I agree, Renegade. It would be a huge mistake for Jey Uso to lose. I completely agree with you.
Kulak, a centering pass out of the reach of the activating Ferraro, and Olsen thundering the other way with Nugent Hopkins. Disrupted by Thrun, but
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome WrestleMania, and that's like what, a week away? Like we're like what, a week, maybe a week and a half away from that now?
He spotted Arvidsson now, but Colson
Definitely gonna be watching that.
Jack Thompson.
2 nights of fun action.
Here's Will Smith.
Watching it live on Netflix.
Trying to bank it off a Pickard from a sharp angle. That had some heat on it. Pickard able to fend it off. Henrique Arvidsson, and the puck driven back into the San Jose zone. Edmonton doing a nice job thus far of a closeout situation in the third.
Offside, San Jose.
Weinberg is offside.
You have a good night there, Bunny. Thank you for popping by, saying hi. We'll see you Saturday.
Catches him in the face shield, thought he wanted to stop, which was okay to keep going.
Yeah, I guess at 1 o'clock, That 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. That's why I haven't been watching it. That's kindergarten let off steam time for my child. That's prime time craziness. And I'm not allowed to watch wrestling with her in the room because then she thinks it's okay to do moves on her little sister. Lesson learned. Oh, I love the Euro crowds. It's just the early time sucks. And you can't have tape delays anymore like you used to because of the internet and all the spoilers and stuff. I don't think so. I think Cena wins. I honestly think Cena wins and he gets the record. Now, does Cena win at WrestleMania or does he win at SummerSlam? Also, too, Cena could win and then somebody cashes in a Money in the Bank type situation. Because remember, the Money in the Bank briefcase is no longer in play. You could realistically have a mini tournament WrestleMania Night 1. They're tied right now. You could realistically have a mini tournament of Money in the Bank briefcase.
Off the draw, here's Janmark moving in, dropping it off. A wrist shot by Skinner, deflected out of play.
And then cash in that night against Cena.
And Edmonton up 1.
Or the next Raw.
Play casino, sports, and lottery all in one
No,
place.
I don't think WrestleMania is his last match. He's booked until December.
Sporting the new look.
His last match is December, whatever the final SmackDown is in December, before Christmas break.
No problem.
I thought it was his last match too, and then I read, oh, that's offside. He's booked until December. So SummerSlam, whatever other pay-per-views are going to think of, Survivor Series. Because he said he's going to do the whole year 2025, which is
back by Lund. He'll take a return pass from Carlson and come up ice. No,
that's exactly it, right?
Again
That's exactly what I thought, too. I thought, well, Mania's his last match.
Skinner, Yanmark, and Brown.
Oh, absolutely he will. He'll turn. Oh, can you imagine he turns on the Rock at SummerSlam?
Right-hand side is Noah Gregor.
Oh, Armageddon. I miss those pay-per-views, the Armageddon ones. Those Armageddon sets that they used to have. Epic.
Good play by Emberson.
Sorry, guys, you're here for a hockey game, and I'm talking about wrestling. Score's 3-2. Oilers winning. Shots are 33-24 for the Oilers. 9.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Oilers without Draisaitl, McDavid, Skinner, and Ekholm, as Draisaitl left the game halfway through the second period.
You're working in the offensive zone to eat the clock and spend time around their goaltender and never know, maybe get that next one. But most importantly, limited time in your own zone.
That would be an epic, man.
Back and outlet, finding Nugent Hopkins. Rink wide to Epperson. And on to Podkolzin.
Right.
Epperson flashes to the middle. Podkolzin feeds him. Taken off Arvidsson's stick, but Arvidsson quickly able to recover. And he'll trade the puck with Stetcher.
Oh, dang.
There's a wired in deep. Ferraro. Wilson didn't get
Ooh.
Will Smith was swarmed under by Nurse.
Northern's getting herself ready to drink the moonshine. She's like, I'm going to drink a lot of water tonight because tomorrow the moonshine bottle comes open.
He hopped over a stick, and now Nugent Hopkins may have something. Arvidsson drag move back to Nugent Hopkins. The trailer, a backhander and denial on Stetcher, who brought it back to
That was a lot of pretty passing by the Oilers, but no finish. A lot of Swedish and no finishes, they say.
He's got 31 stops tonight, Louis.
Yeah, Ryan Rosowski this morning, when we asked about him, you asked about him, he kind of chuckled and said, this kid has come a long way and he's made great strides, and they are excited about him getting the start tonight.
Guy who played a little D as a youth. A blast from Wallman is covered by Romanov. Then he got some Nabokov trading cards, and he said, maybe I'll try this. Nabokov, he loved the pads, loves the idea.
That's a very good question. How long do I think Skinner's out for? At least Wednesday. I think he sits till next Friday when we play the San Jose. I honestly think he comes back next Friday against San Jose because we have Friday, Sunday against Winnipeg, and then Monday against LA. So he'll probably play the San Jose game and then the LA game. Or he could play the San Jose game and the San Jose game to end the year. So he'll miss 3 more games. Yeah, there's a lot going on with that newborn, though. I feel bad in his situation, man. Who's going to score the game winner tonight? I mean, Draisaitl could have got hurt there on that trip that wasn't called, because that was fucking a trip and a half not called. And then definitely right there when he stepped on the puck.
The top players down this stretch, it's concerning, but for Draisaitl, he doesn't leave a game unless it's something that's really bothering him. He plays through a lot. He has his whole career, and the guys have really rallied around his absence to have the go-ahead goal and maintain the 1-goal lead in this third.
Sharks have given the Oilers fits in both games this year. They've hung around tonight trailing 3-2, a team that started with 9 consecutive losses this season, then went 10-6-3.
Sharks got to get there first, my guy.
For a stretch of 28 losses in 33 games. And the sell-off.
Yeah, he looked tired.
CC and Wallman, their top pair, traded. 2/3 of their top line and Zetterlund departed in separate deals. Here's Colin Graff for the Sharks, heading for the net. Short side, and Pickard was ready to make the save. Just the third he's needed to make in this final period as Edmonton has locked it down. Perry attempted
like I said, there was things going on at home that
Grundstrom maintained.
I'd be losing sleep over to.
Wallman to Perry. And it's cleared up to Bouchard. He's got Hyman with him. Bouchard across, a one-timer drilled into heavy traffic, and Romanov.
Well, I hope Picard's mobility is better than Skinner's. He's almost a full foot smaller and weighs a good 30 pounds lighter. I'm not knocking Picard at all, but he's a journey backup goalie for a reason. Skinner is the starting goalie. Whether the fans in Oilers country want to believe it or not, Skinner's going to be your starting goalie in the playoffs. Get over it, build a bridge, get over it, and shut up about it. Again, is it the team in front of him playing better, or is Picard doing all the work making himself look good? I've seen 2 goals tonight that when the defense in front of them breaks down, goals go in. Absolutely. Unconventional, and I love it. I love the fact that he's scrappy. I love the fact that he's wiry as a guy that was a kicker for the replacements. Yeah, I'm wiry. He's got that dog in him, and I love it. I love the dog in Picard. Skinner is too positional based. Like Skinner is way too rigid in his movements.
Get a look at those updated Pacific Division standings.
Calgary won tonight.
Just continues to get closer and closer and tighter down the stretch, and teams vying for position. You talked about the Golden Knights right now, 3 up on the Los Angeles Kings, who have been fantastic here down the stretch, and the Oilers trying to claw up into that category as well.
You're not wrong. It has.
It's not going to be decided for a bit.
And actually, that game against Winnipeg has just gone to final, so drop it down to 7 games remaining for Vegas. So they're all even in games played. Vegas losing 4-0 tonight to Winnipeg.
Vegas loses 4-0 to the Jets. All right.
2 lead here as Pickard makes a save on Liljegren, and that's his 25th of the night. Christy Yamaguchi, Olympic goal.
She's still alive? Oh my goodness. So with a win tonight, the Oilers will have 93 points. 2 points behind LA. 5 points behind Vegas. We beat LA. We're tied with LA. And you know how I feel about LA. FLA. Tomorrow night's games, just in case you guys are wondering what's going on in the schedule for tomorrow. The Hurricanes are in Detroit to take on the Red Wings. The Chicago Blackhawks take on the Capitals. The Wild take on the Islanders. 3 games total. That's it. That's all sure is. Then Saturday, you got the Oilers, Kings, Ducks, Canucks, Blue Jackets, Leafs, Avs, Blues, Rangers, Devils, Panthers, Senators, Penguins, Stars, Hurricanes, Bruins, Lightning, Sabres. Wow, there's a lot of games. Flyers, Canadiens, Jets, Utah, Golden Knights, Flames, Kraken, Sharks. Yes, we do. You want to play Vegas? At this point, I don't care who we play. I just want the playoffs to start. I want a healthy team in the playoffs to start. Right? Exactly. That would be great. Kings, great home team all year, except for when they play the Oilers. Like I said, we could play the Kings, and with the lineup coming back, the Oilers are winning. We could play Vegas, and the lineup coming back, the Oilers are winning. We could play the Dallas freaking Stars with the team that we're going to have, the Oilers are winning.
Foley tried to tuck it in front, and Connor Brown there to cover up as the Oilers look to nurse this one.
That's 5 minutes and a half left in the third period, icing against Edmonton. Shots are 36-27 for the Oilers.
He was telling us before the game about his teams compete for the most part down the stretch.
And they have been competitive. And they
Nothing exciting happened so far in the third period. In case you're new or missed the game, Oilers scored the first goal. Brown, his 9th of the year, assisted by Skinner and Wallman. Shortly after that, Thompson ties the game at 1. Move along, second period. Oilers get the first power play of the game. They score. Arvidsson scores on the power play, assisted by Draisaitl and Bouchard. Sharks to Foley scores to tie the game up at 2. Oilers get their second power play. Draisaitl is hurt, leaves the game, does not return. Jeff Skinner scores, assisted by Bouchard. Score 3-2. Sharks get their first power play of the game. No goal. Each team is 1. Well, Oilers are 1 for 2. Sharks are 0 for 1. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. Now that you're caught up, yes, I have written it all down, along with Kane, Friedrich, McDavid, Ekholm. Guys, it's going to be a nasty freaking lineup. Who do you take out? Kapanen, Janmark. You leave Perry in. You leave Jeff Skinner in. Maybe Connor Brown comes out. Defense is what you're looking at right now. Stetcher, Kulak, Emerson Kulak, Ekholm, Bouchard, Wallman, Nurse.
Here's Eklund. Open as Thompson.
4 minutes left to go in the third period. Oilers are just holding on right now. And here comes Podkolzin. Podkolzin has Hopkins. Gives it to Hopkins. Hopkins. Shot. Save. Rebound. Poked away. Held in. Hopkins puts it around to the far side. Stetcher holds his own. Gives it to Hopkins. Hopkins gives it to Arvidsson. Arvidsson, no shot. Oilers have all the pressure right now with 3 minutes left to go in the game. Arvidsson shot, save.
Fought off by Romanov, laid off the glass and out, but now you're down to 3:20 remaining in the hockey game.
Yeah, that's very true, Nick, eh?
Just won't let San Jose get set up as the Sharks change. Nurse rightfully just ragging the puck a little bit. Edmonton melting some clock. Henrique makes sure to get it in deep.
Definition of managing the puck right now. If you don't have to throw it away, don't. If you have to throw it away, put it somewhere you can get it back, and it's not a liability.
Raff ahead, a shot off the rush, a save made.
2.5 minutes left to go in the game now. Oilers have the puck at center ice. That'll be icing against the Oilers as he doesn't get the red line.
The Oilers with 2:45 to go in the third.
It's going to be an interesting game, folks.
With a couple nice plays, he had a little contact on.
It's going to be a fun final minute because you know the Sharks are pulling the goalie. You know San Jose is going to pull.
Get it out of the zone, get a first change. Nugent Hopkins with a good chance tries to test Romanov up over top of the blocker. There was a little light there above the right shoulder. Good save.
Borisovsky has pulled his goaltender here, Louis. They're going 6-on-5 with an 0-0.
6-on-5. 2.5 left to go. Let's score.
I guess when you're 20, 44, and 10, might as well go for it. Henrique wins the draw. Bouchard hoists one down the ice, and a wave off icing.
That should have been icing, but we'll take it.
Just a little bit.
Calling up a card goal. That would be interesting.
Oversold. Shot in by Celebrating. In the corner. Wallman dislodged, smacked out of midair, and got through Liljegren. Race for the puck. Jeff Skinner could not split the two.
That's a lot of interference happening on that Sharks blue line there.
In search of the equalizer, defended by Bouchard. The net is empty. 6-on-5 for the Sharks. With the Oilers up 3-2. Shooting toward the net is Will Smith, and that deflected high up on the window pane. Grabbed by Celebrini, centering pass. Some shrapnel on the ice.
Jeff Skinner, empty net. He shoots. He hits the post! Oh, I was about to call a goal there, but he hit the frickin' post. Golly gumdrops! How do you not score that? 2 feet to the right, and that's a frickin'.
Refs disagree. No icing. Kulak off the heel of the skate of Nugent Hopkins, and the puck stays in.
That's offside, no? So you wave off the icing and you don't call that offside. What the hell's going on here with the linesman?
Thought about centering, instead
1.5 left to go in the game.
Celebrini drops and then center.
Now it gets out. Empty net strikes again. He hit the post, boys.
Could not knock it down.
Net hasn't moved in 110 years.
Sharks will try to change on the fly here.
It hasn't moved and hasn't changed sizes. Puck's been the same size the entire time too.
Arvidsson tried to get it out. Grunstrom with a minute to go. Pinballed in front. Backdoor.
What a save by Picard!
He absolutely stoned a man. A wrist shot by Carlson deflected up high. Colin Graf robbed by Pickard, who comes up with a loose puck at the side of the net.
Ole, 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 ole. Picks with the save. Wow. But all you had to do was call that offside or call that icing. That doesn't need to happen.
Wondering about Ozempic?
You're not wrong, Kimo.
Just ask your doctor.
I wish they would have.
Action here at the end of this third period, an opportunity to finish this.
I honestly wish they would have changed the shape of the nets.
Second goal of the game puts it off the bar. It's been a thing for Edmonton this year, and then what a save by Calvin Pickard. He uses the melon, just gets across.
I disagree, though.
In front of it, Colin Graf.
I get what you're saying, but I disagree.
In the last minute of the third.
Let's not act, guys. Let's not act like we're playing against an LA, Vegas, Dallas, Colorado here. We're playing against the San Jose Sharks, who are either last or second last in the league right now. But let's not pretend ourselves here. But I get what you're saying. I still say when Skinner's ready to play, you put him in net.
It was the stick of Kulak coming across. It deflects off of that, goes up in the air, and
it was more oblong than it was a triangle.
27 stops tonight. He and the Oilers.
Yeah, it was more of a
left to negotiate.
U shape than it is like an L shape. But
and now Adam Henrique will take the D zone draw.
I like the concept.
Nurse.
I like the concept of it. Like face off, tied up. 40 seconds left to go in regulation. But I agree with you guys. Like I'd like to see Picard play him till he loses, right? That's what they say. You're in till you lose. You win, you're in. 31 seconds left to go in regulation. Oilers 3, Sharks 2. But yeah,
nice deflection up over top of the glass. And
I'm just glad that we have a reliable backup we can count on to steal us and win us some games.
Not allow that shot to come through, not allow that play to the middle, and right there, I believe, off of Darnell Nurse.
Again, Henrique against Celebrini. Off the face-off, shot into traffic by Wallman. A centering pass broken up.
Right? The worst possible thing you could think of. Let's go to a 3-on-3 and a shootout.
They're going to go inside.
What a joke.
Face-offs on the inside, right away. The motion was made to go back into the Oilers zone by Ryan Gibbons. So for Janmark, he was just not able to get it out of the zone. It's really close, as you mentioned, but yeah.
You'll probably see Rodriguez against Anaheim.
Effort right there by Wenberg to dive on that puck, and there's an offensive.
Rodriguez won't make it back to Edmonton. I can guarantee you that. He's staying in California.
Won the draw. Wenberg to the point.
That I can guarantee. 14
14
seconds left. Nurse, just dump it down the ice. That's the game. 8 seconds. I can't clap prematurely. They might score in like a second. Oilers win! Oilers win! Play La Bomba, baby!
It's 3 consecutive victories for the Oilers, who are
That's 3 in a row, boys. Skinner's your first star, 1 goal assist. Arvidsson's your second star with a goal and 5 shots. Third star for me is Calvin Pickard. For Sportsnet crew, Romanov, 27 saves. You're not wrong. Never in doubt, guys. Never in doubt. Actually, I've been waiting to use this. I'm glad they won tonight so I can use it, to be honest with you. Because that would suck if they lost and I couldn't. Just trying to get my situation here. Yeah, in case you guys don't know, every Oiler win moving forward is going to be hashtag never in doubt for the post-game videos. Obvious reasons, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But if you don't know, it's for Bruce McCurdy. That was his saying. I get what you're saying, though. I wish Skinner will steal a game. And I think he will. I honestly think this time away from the ice will do a lot of good for Stuart Skinner. Without getting into too much of it, I think this time away from the team and this time away from the ice is going to do good for Stuart. It's going to do good for him mentally. It's going to do good for him physically. Yeah, smiling Leon Draisaitl before the game just to leave in the second period. I hope he's not hurt long term too. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Nick. And I'm going to be tuning into the Cult of Hockey podcast tonight after the game to see if there is one. You guys have yourselves a great evening. My name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. We'll see you in the next one, which just happens to be Saturday at 2 o'clock against the LA Kings. It's going to be a tough one, boys. Thank you, Northern, for that. You're absolutely right. Never in doubt, guys. Never in doubt.